Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Okemute. If it's your first time here, hello, thank you for joining the family. I'm pretty excited today because finally we're having a makeup tutorial. It's been a moment since I did a makeup tutorial on this channel, but today we're going to be spicing things up a little bit and we're going to be having a makeup tutorial, and I'm also going to be trying on a new wig, and I'm pretty excited about this one because I love the packaging. Can we get into the packaging? Gorgeous, and I honestly cannot wait to see what we have inside, but that's going to be much later in this video. So you guys already know the vibe. Without further ado, let's head right into it. So my face is already moisturized and I'm just going to go ahead to prime, and I'm breaking out a little bit because it's that time of the month and I don't know, my face is reacting to something that I can't figure out at the moment because I haven't changed my routine or anything, but you know, sensitive face issues. We're just going to ignore this haters on this side and just, you know, go ahead and move into the tutorial. I think I already mentioned that my face is already moisturized. I'm just going to go ahead and prime, and my makeup steps haven't really changed since my last tutorial. So I like to use this Mehron Skin Prep Pro Primer on days when I want to be extra mattified because I have extremely oily skin, and this helps me to keep the oil in check a little bit. So can you guys see that? Yeah, that's what it looks like. List to everything that I use is going to be in the description box. So in case you're interested, you find it there. These hand fans come in really handy on days when I don't have time to just wait for it to dry down. I just go in with my hand fan and then use that to dry it down. So now that is dried down, I'm going to be going in with another primer, and I'm going to be trying on a new primer today. This one is from Black Radiance, and I think we have 4 or 5 type of primers in there. It was sent to me in PR, but I never really got to use this primer yet, and I'm probably going to make this video just with drugstore makeup. We're going to see, but I think I'm going to stick to drugstore makeup today. So yeah, let's see what we have inside. So we have 4 different type of primers in there. We have the matte and poreless face primer. Can you guys see that? Yeah, we have the matte and poreless face primer. I'm probably going to use this one today because I want my makeup to be matte today. And we have the dewy and luminous primer as well. Can we focus, please? Yeah, we have the dewy and luminous primer, and we have the hydrate and blur. Yeah, hydrate and blur face primer as well. And the last one is the long lasting and toning face primer. Still using the same brush that I used earlier. I'm just going to use that to apply the primer. So I'm just taking what I have left after putting it in my T-zone. I'm just dragging it to the outer part of my face as well. But I'm focusing the product more on my T-zone. So far, the primer actually looks good. It looks mattifying, but not drying or anything like that. So I'm just going to go ahead and use my hand fan again to make sure that we have everything dried and nice. Next, I'm going to be going in with my black Opal sheer metallics in the shade Bronzie, and I'm just going to add that to the high points of my face. This is going to serve as a highlighter for me today, and I'm just using my fingers to apply this one. So this is what we have after applying that, and as you guys can see, we're already glowing. So I'm just going to go ahead and even out some of my acne scars and around my mouth as well with my Black Opal foundation stick in the shade Suede Mocha. You don't have to do this, to be honest. I don't do this all the time. Depending on my mood, sometimes I don't even bother and I just go ahead and use a full coverage foundation and I call it a day. But today we're being extra, so I'm going to do it. So now that that is done, I'm going to go in with foundation, and I'm going to be using one of my favorite drugstore foundations. This one is the Maybelline Superstay in the shade Deep Bronze, and I actually think they've discontinued this foundation because I've been trying to get it for like the longest now, and I can't seem to find this particular foundation. I see it in like a different packaging. I'm not sure if it's the same thing, and I can't even seem to find my shade. I hope they haven't discontinued it because man, I'm going to be so pained because this foundation is everything. sometimes I like to go in with a brush first or my beauty sponge, depending on how I'm feeling. But today I feel like using a brush first, so I'm just going to go in with a brush first. And I like to start on this area of my face and then, you know, take it to the outer corner. Now that I'm done with the brush, I'm going to go over that with my beauty sponge, and I'm going to first of all use the bottom of the beauty sponge on the remaining foundation that I have on my plate, and I'm just going to tap that into my skin. No dragging. You want to always make sure that you pat into your skin and not drag, so that everything melts nicely into your skin. Now that everything is blended in nicely, I'm going to go in with my Juvia's Place concealer in the shade 10, and I'm just going to be applying that, you know, on the places that I want to highlight. And I didn't use my foundation under my eyes because I knew I was going to go in with the concealer, so I like to leave that place bare and not apply no foundation over there. So these are the places that I like to highlight, and I'm going to leave that to dry down a little bit before I blend it out. And have you guys been seeing the trend of just applying your concealer right here and here for that lifted and, you know, snatched look? I've been doing that lately and I really like how it turns out. So now that everything is blended in nicely, I'm going to go in with a liquid blush, and the one I'm using today is from NYX, and this is their Sweet Cheeks blush in the shade Almost Famous. And I like to use this before I set my face because I feel like it blends better when you use it like on a liquidy or creamy base instead of using it after setting. So I'm just going to go ahead and apply this right here on the high point of my face. The way makeup has changed, you guys. I remember we used to put blush just on the apple of our cheeks now, but there's so many trends that I've been trying out lately that I've been loving. I'm sure you guys must have seen the whole TikTok trend of using your blush on your cheekbones instead of your cheeks, and I've been doing that too lately and I really love it. And this shade is so beautiful. I'm going to use the same beauty sponge that I've been using, but another side that is still clean, and I'm just going to use that to blend that out. I'm going to go over that again just because I'm a huge fan of blush. You can decide to stop at this point, but I like my blush popping, so I'm just going to go ahead and add like a little bit of that again. So I'm going to be setting the highlighted areas with my Maybelline Fit Me loose powder today, and I'm going to be using two shades. I'll be using deep first, and I'll go over that with a little bit of medium deep. Deep is darker than medium deep. The first thing I do is to go over every creasing that I have under the eye before setting. So smoothing that out first, and then I go in with my beauty sponge and the powder, tap at the back of my hand so that I can take off every excess powder, and just gently tap that into the highlighted areas. I'm not doing too much with this powder because this powder can be very mattifying and drying if you're not careful, so you have to go in really light-handed with this one. And just in case you have creasing or you have like bags under your eyes like mine, you can go in with the twist and roll technique. Just twist and roll into that area so that you can get into every line and just set that area as well. So I like to bake the sides of my nose. I just use that to give my nose structure because I don't like to go in with a cream contour. I just use a bronzer and that's it. And now that we're done with the first setting powder, we're going to go over that with the second shade. And this one is lighter than the first one, so I'm just going to be very light-handed with this one, and I'm just going to focus this under my eyes alone. And this is just to brighten the under eye. That's pretty much all I'm doing. I normally would cream contour before I apply my blush, but for some reason today I forgot. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that. And I'm using my black Opal foundation stick in the shade Ebony Brown. I'm just going to use this brush right here to do that. So I'm going very light-handed as well with this. I'm not really heavy-handed at all when it comes to cream contouring. Going in with my black radiance contour palette in the shade Dark to Deep, I'm going to be using the lighter shade in there, this one, yeah, this one right here, to just set the places that I just contoured. Going in with my L'Oreal face powder, this is in the shade Cocoa, and I'm just going to use that to set the rest of my face. And this is a very full coverage powder, so if you don't want it too cakey, you have to go in light-handed as well. So now we're going to move on to brows, and my brow routine has not changed. I'm going to be using my Maybelline Ultra Slim Brow Pencil in the shade Black Brown. So now that my brows are done, I'm just going to go ahead and do my eyes now. And I've been feeling the straight to the point, 2 shades, no stress, no drama kind of eyeshadow. So that's what I'm going to go ahead and do today. But first up, I'm going to be priming with my concealer. I'm just going to apply that on my lid, and this is going to serve as a base for the eyeshadow. So I'm going in with a little bit of the setting powder, and this is the lighter shade. I think this one is medium deep, yeah, the lighter one. I'm just going to use a little bit of that to set the concealer. So this is the eyeshadow palette that I'm going to be using today. Is the Milani Gilded Gold, Gilded or Gilded, one of the two, the Gilded Gold eyeshadow palette. And I'm not sure what I want to do today, but this is what it looks like inside. It has some very nice shades in there. This shade looks pretty nice, this one as well, and this looks very, very nice too. So I honestly don't know what I want to do today, but I'm going to start with my transition shade, and I'm going to be using this shade as my transition shade, and I'll probably go from there and decide what to use on my lid. So I'm going to be going in with this brush, and I'm going to use that to pack the transition shade in first. If you want your eyeshadow to pop, you want to pack on the shade first, and then you go over that with a blending brush. So don't blend immediately, just pack it on first, and then you go over that with a blending brush. So now that that is to my liking, I'm going to go in with a clean blending brush and the same setting powder that I used, and I'm just going to use that to blend that in. I want to add a bit of the shadow that we used first on this area right here, just to furthermore intensify the shade right there. So I'm going in with another smaller blending brush, and I'm just using that in this area right here. So that's it for the transition shade. Super easy, straight to the point. And I'm going to be going in with the color for my lid right now, and I really like how this rose nugget looks. I just swatched it and it looks pretty good, so I'm going to be using that. But to furthermore intensify the color on the lid and to make sure that it pops really nice, I'm going to be using my NYX glitter glue, and I'm just going to use that as a base for the shimmery shade that we're going to be using. Going back in with a blending brush and transition shade, I'm just going to use that to furthermore, you know, blend everything out so that we don't see any lines of demarcation between the shimmery shade and the matte shade. So this is what we have, and I kind of feel like I want to do a winged liner today. I've been doing like a tiny winged liner and I've been enjoying that, so I think I'm just going to go ahead and do that. So should we leave her like this? So I changed my mind about the winged liner. I'm not going to be doing it today. I'm just going to go in with a random black liner. But before we do that, I'm going to blend the highlighter, the setting powder, under my eyes in with my beauty sponge, and I cleaned it before I used it. So I'm just going to blend every excess powder that we have. So I'm done with the eyes. I went on to apply my lashes, and the lashes I used are from AliExpress. Link is going to be in my description box. And I also used mascara under my eyes as well. And I used this mascara from Essence. I'm going to leave direct link in my description box. So this is what we have. Everything is looking good. So I'm just going to go ahead and apply more blush because you guys already know blush is everything for me. So I'm just going to go ahead and apply more. And I'm going to be using this, my e.l.f. blush palette. I've had this for the longest, one of my go-to blush palettes. And I'm going to be using this peach shade in there. Going in with my Milani strobe light in the shade 4. I'm just going to be applying that on the bridge of my nose right here. And a little bit here as well. Now we're going to move on to lips, and I'm going to be lining with my NYX liner in the shade Espresso. Going in with my NYX Butter Lip Gloss in the shade Fortune Cookie. I'm keeping it simple today. I don't have a lip inspiration. Almost all the time I never have lip inspiration, but today I'm just keeping it very simple. So that's on the center of my lips. Now that that is done, I'm going to apply a random clear lip gloss on the remaining part of my lips. So this is what we have so far, and everything is looking great. I'm just going to furthermore go in with my face powder and just go over everything again. This is just to finish up and make sure that we had no harsh lines anywhere. And for the final step, I'm going to go in with my Makeup Revolution Super Fix Super Hold Misting Spray. And this is supposed to give you a matte finish and make sure that everything stays intact. So while we're waiting for that to fully dry down, we're just going to move straight ahead into our hair, and I'm pretty excited, you guys. I can't wait to see what this is going to look like. Like I said earlier, it's from Natural Girl Wigs, and let's see what we have inside. So this is what we have straight out of the pack, and you guys, can we get into the fro though? Okay, this looks so good. It comes with 2 combs in front, and that's pretty much, oh sorry, 2 combs on the side, not in front, and that's pretty much all that we have going on in there. So I'm just going to go ahead and pop her on my head.
Body can dress to impress, no stress, though they're waiting. I keep them waiting. Makeup on fleek, high heels, ripped jeans, they're all waiting. I'm on my way. Looking in the mirror at myself like who that? Swag on 1,000, and my girls got my back. We just won the party, call me tequila.
All right, you guys, so makeup is done, hair is on, and you guys, am I serving you some Afro Queen vibes or not? Sis, I didn't even come to play with you guys today, because can we get into this slay? You guys, this hair is everything. If you love full Afro wigs, you're definitely going to love this one. She was super easy to style. I didn't even do anything, if I'm being honest. All I did was just pop her on my head, and I moved her back a little bit just so she's not, you know, all up in my face. And this is what we have, you guys. Feels very good, and this is very full, so I made sure not to run my fingers through her at all. All I did was just try to, you know, fluff this area down a little bit, but you want to make sure that you don't run your fingers through her so much, because she's a very, very full unit. Like I said, if you love Afro wigs, this is definitely going to be your vibe. And I'm thinking of switching her to a right part, because sis, we can't leave this slay as a middle part. I'd like to see what she looks like as a right part as well, so I'm just going to do that. So this is what we have as a right part, and you guys, this is it for me today. I love it as a right part. This is such a gorgeous unit. definitely worth your coins, definitely approved by me. Direct link is going to be in my description box. She's such a versatile unit, whereas the middle part, whereas the side part, and she still slays both ways. I definitely love this one, and I'm pretty sure that my mom is going to be in my comment section dragging me for this one because she loves full units, and I'm also a huge fan of full units as well. And yeah, you guys, that's pretty much all I had to say. I hope you guys learned a thing or two from this video, and I hope you guys are feeling this look as much as I am, because I'm so hyped and I can't wait to take pictures with her. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section though. Team middle or team side part? Let me see you guys in the comment section. Do not forget to give this video a huge thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and turn on your notification bell so that you guys get notifications every time I have a new upload. And share with your friends, share with your family. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.